me now on the impact of the Biden-Harris administration and the impact on the Democratic Party and beyond is New Jersey Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew, who left the Democrat Party and joined the GOP in January of 2020. Congressman, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. First, tell us why you left the Democrat Party and whether or not Trump resonates with Democrats.
I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me. It is no longer the Democratic Party of years ago. It's what happened to Ronald Reagan. It's what happened to Donald Trump. It's what happened to Mike Pence. And I'm just one more statistic, one more number on this. Here's the bottom line. There used to be differences between Democrats and Republicans, but you still kind of believe that Democrats loved America and believed in the Republic and believed in this country. That's changed. They want to see a substantially different country in the future. The republic that they see is no longer the republic that we see. And I believe the majority of Americans agree with us. And I think there are a lot of moderate Democrats, working people, blue-collar people, that realize that this Democratic Party is way out there and no longer represents them.
Well, it's interesting because Representative Cori Bush has lost her Missouri Democrat primary. She lost to Wesley Bell in another blow for the far-left squad. The far left it has been the loudest in the room in the Democrat Party, certainly. Do you think voters are seeing it that way?
I think voters are seeing it that way. I still think there's a problem, though, with the Democratic Party. Their leadership is far left. Their leadership is substantively different in their views and what they want than what rest of America believes. You know, I'm on the Judiciary Committee. I say to people all the time, I wish that every human being who lives in America could sit on that committee with me and see what's happening and what the Democrats are doing to our country. You know, Maria, when we started out, when we opened the committee up 2 years ago for the new session, we actually had a debate with the Democrats whether we would start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America. That's how bad the leadership in their party has gotten. During elections, they pretend to be moderate. They pretend that it's okay. Candidates that run in the Democratic Party will pretend to be moderate and that they're just like regular Americans. But the reality is, look at the voting record, look what they want to do. It's far left, and it would change the fabric and structure of the United States of America forever.
Yeah, I mean, so the question is, who are the real extremists, right? I mean, who are the real threats to democracy? I got a letter from a viewer this week, and he said to me, Maria, one question I have for you is, how exactly did Kamala Harris become the nominee? She wasn't elected. She was selected, right? What's the process that was used? Who was involved in that decision? The process that occurred is being kept from the American people, and I don't think it's right. I think it's right to ask questions how this non-Democrat transfer of authority actually took place. What do you know about it?
Maria, you're right. And a real democracy is messy sometimes. This wouldn't have happened in the Republican Party. We might have had some bumps in the road, but we would have gone through a process where the people had a voice. They knew they wanted to get this done. One thing I will say for the Democrats, they're smart, they're focused, they want to win regardless of whatever they need to do. They got together, all the leaders, and they said, we're going to do this. Everybody's going to fall in lockstep. They do it at the local level as well.
All right, Congressman, it's great to have this conversation with you. We so appreciate your time. Thanks very much, New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Thank you, sir. Quick break, and then we're taking you to Britain. The UK government is threatening to